Hey guys, I'm gonna do another video. I've been doing several videos in what I call my budget friendly series where I try to show you how I try to save money on my budget, my food budget mainly because I've been doing things out of my garden for the last several months since we've been at home. To have for the winter time, and again, it saves on my grocery bill and saving for whatever my financial goal is. So I have another one. This is not a cooking video, however. This is not one where I'm putting up any of my garden food, but this did actually happen here in the last couple of months. I was cleaning, of course, like I do every week, but I noticed in on my couch there was a rip, a tear in the back cushion. Well, it's not something that you can just take off and fix real quick. It's a little bit more detailed, I guess is the best way to put it. So I made a call and I took a picture because this is all during the quarantine, in the COVID-19. And this was actually during a time when nobody was really leaving the house. Everybody was home. So, trying to find somebody that could come out and fix this for me because it's not like I can just pick the couch up and take it somewhere. It's a big deal. It's kind of it's a big item. Most places were not even actually going into people's homes at that time. So I called the furniture place where I purchased it, and they gave me the name of an upholsterer. And I called them and I sent a text with a picture and just showed them, what the place looked like and how much it would cost them to, when they were able to safely come out and do it and fix it on site, how much would they charge me? So when I when they sent it back to me, I was quite surprised at what they were going to charge me to come over here, which I know that their time is worth money, and I know that they've got a little bit of travel to come because it wasn't somebody that was really, really close. So they were going to have to travel. Um, but it really shocked me on how much they were going to charge me to do this. So let me kind of show you what I have. All right. This little series is how to fix my couch, okay? Because like I said, when they sent me the text back of how much they were going to charge me to come to my home and fix it, because I said I can't throw my couch on the back of a truck and take it there, especially during all this time. So when they sent it back to me, they were going to charge me this little spot, which is it was about an inch and a half long. As you can see here, this is what it looked like, and right here, and it's right where the stitching uh, meets is where the tear was at. And like I said, it was only about an inch and a half long at the most. They wanted to come to my house when they could safely, and they were going to charge me $150 to stitch this up. And I about fell over. Of course, I mean, even though I have incidentals budgeted in our family budget for what you might want to call maybe an emergency, but this is not quite an emergency. Emergency to me is when my hot water heater goes out or when my air conditioning goes out. Um, this just happened, but I thought was a little excessive, $150 for no bigger than what the spot was. However, it needs to be fixed, or it needed to be fixed because I didn't want it to get any bigger. And plus, I didn't want to buy a new couch right now. So this is what I was looking at. Like I said, right here it is, and this is what it looks like. You can see the stuffing inside, and this was on the back, so it's not on the part where you sit on, it's on the back where you lay on. Um, so first thing you need to do. So here's what we're going to do. I was going to fix it myself. I decided I can do this. I sew some stuff here at the house. I'm very, very basic beginning, like hemming, pants, um, curtains, simple things, buttons, very, very, very simple thing. But this one kind of scared me because, again, this is my couch. This is not, a $45 pair of jeans that if I screw it up, then it's okay. This is an expensive couch. So I did some research, got online, watched a lot of videos. My grandmother raised me and taught me how to sew the basics. She made clothes and quilts and she crocheted. So I grew up watching her and I learned any and everything that I know about sewing, which again is very, very basic in my work because I don't do it all the time like she did. I learned from her. So here we go. Step one, you need a needle and a thread. Now I keep various colors of thread around the house because, like I said, I may be hemming dress pants or a pair of jeans or fixing a rip or a tear in something. So I keep a lot of colors, but they're basic colors. The like white and beige and black and red and tan and browns, things that I know I'm going to use a lot, and I do. And thread is actually very, very cheap. And so are needles. And this is the one needle that I use all the time. So, first thing you got to do is you got to have your needle and your thread. So, you thread your needle, you tie a knot in it. So, this is the kind of stitch we were going to do, or what I did. It's called a ladder stitch. It's also known as the invisible stitch because once you do this stitch, and this is not my couch, but this is a better picture because you're not really going to see, it's hard to see in my video how that my stitch looks like that because I was trying to stay out of the shot because I couldn't video even on the tripod. I couldn't video without you seeing just the back of my head and not being able to see what my hands were doing. So um, it was very, very difficult to video this one because I was doing it here at the house by myself and I didn't have anybody to help me. So this is the stitch I did. It's called the ladder stitch. And what it is you're coming up underneath. You start underneath here and you pull your needle through and then you come over here underneath and you pull it over and through. Then you come over here and pull it over and through. And then so when you get done, when you're going back and forth, you start to form what they call a ladder. That looks like a ladder. Okay. So this is the stitch that I did. So here we go. Let's get to stitching. So what I started to do is just like I was showing you in the previous slide. This is called the ladder stitch. So I'm going up and I'm pulling the needle and thread through. And of course I'm using my finger to, I'm actually trying to show you here how that was starting to form that ladder. Okay, so I kept going up and across, over and across, and by the time I got done, all of my stitches looked like a ladder. They were on top of each other. So after I got done, this, if you can kind of see the ladder right in there, it's not as good a picture as that other one, but it's there and it looks just like that other picture. So here's what you have to do. Once you get all of your stitches done and you're at the end of where your rip or your tear is at, you have to pull that thread. And as you pull the thread, as you'll notice here, I take it and I grab it, and you have to you don't want to pull it too hard to break the thread, but you gently but firmly pull. And as I'm pulling, if you notice, the hole is starting to close. So the more I pulled, the tighter the close it came through. Okay, so that was pulling the thread to close the tear. Uh, when you get to once you have it pulled tight and your hole is completely closed now and you don't see anything, it's time to you got to tie the knot off, okay? But you also want to make sure you be very, very careful because I didn't want anybody to see the stitch. So I don't want anybody to see the knot either because I don't want them to see the thread. So I had to get very, very close and I pulled my needle through and I snipped very gently. Don't get the fabric of your couch because then you'll have another hole. So I finally got all the way to the top, tied a knot, cut my thread very, very close. So as you can see, I'm all done. There is the front where you saw the tear earlier. That is what the whole thing looks like. You don't see the hole. You don't see the stitching. It's all good. It's flush. Okay. So I didn't have to worry about going back and doing it again. And thank goodness because I was really, really scared when I was doing this because I thought, I'm either going to make this rip and tear bigger in my couch, or I'm going to fix it. One of the two things is going to happen. Thank goodness the latter one is what happened. So that is what I did, and that's the finished product. Now, again, the gentleman, and like I said, I was just a little shocked at considering no larger than the tear was. I was really shocked at how much they were going to pay. They were wanting to charge me to come and do this particular job. However, like I said, their time and their profession, it's worth it. It's worth what they get paid. I get it. I get it. But I just did not want to see myself paying $150 for that, little tear. I figured, what's the worst case scenario that's going to happen? I mess my entire couch up again. So um, I didn't want to pay the 150, so I already had the thread. I already had the needle. I have fixed multiple pairs of pants and saved and buttons and the whole 9 yards. So technically, I fixed my couch for monetarily, money wise, didn't cost me anything. I did it myself. My time is about the only thing that I was out, other than watching the videos to make sure I knew exactly how to do that ladder stitch because I'd never really done it before. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to kind of show you guys how you can take things that you have in your house and fix them yourself. And if you can fix them yourself, you can save on your budget. So this was kind of a mix between a how-to video and a budget-friendly video. Not only did I not have to take money out of my budget to pay somebody to fix my couch, but I showed you how I fixed it. So I thought it was kind of neat. I hope you enjoyed it.